Brooks Koepka just dropped a bombshell on LIV Golf, telling reporters, "I hoped LIV would be further along by now." It's April 2025, and the five-time major winner sounds frustrated, despite being locked into a $100 million deal through 2026 and choosing Nike over LIV's own logos. Is golf's most unfiltered superstar secretly plotting his exit, or is something deeper at play? Here's how one quote ignited a crisis that could shake the sport to its core. April 2nd, 2025. In a packed Miami press room, Brooks Koepka, five-time major winner, face of Smash GC, and the original headline grabber of the LIV era, leans into the microphone. Reporters press him on the state of LIV golf. He doesn't flinch, but his words cut through the noise. "I hoped LIV would be further along by now." No hedging, no spin, just a statement that lands with the force of a warning shot. For a league that sold itself on revolution and disruption, hearing its most decorated star voice public disappointment is gasoline on a fire. Within minutes, golf media lights up. Headlines splinter across social feeds. Koepka frustrated with LIV's progress. Is Brooks eyeing the exit? The phrase gets dissected on every podcast, every debate show, every group chat. The timing couldn't be more explosive. Koepka's frustration hits just days before the Masters, with the golf world already on edge over stalled merger talks and Ryder Cup drama. Koepka's resume amplifies every word. 5 majors, more than $100 million guaranteed from LIV, a reputation for saying exactly what others won't. When he talks, the sport listens. And this time, he's not offering reassurance. He's not hiding behind corporate speak or empty promises. He's putting LIV's growing pains on blast, and the effect is instant. Speculation, suspicion, and a sense that something big might be brewing behind the scenes. In a single sentence, Koepka turns a simmering question into a full-blown crisis. Brooks Koepka's words might have set the rumor mill spinning, but the reality holding him in place is measured in 9 figures. The reported value of his LIV golf contract, over $100 million, signed in 2022, runs through the end of 2026. That's not just a pay grade, it's a fortress. For Koepka, no amount of frustration or public speculation can override the legal obligations written into that deal. Early exits aren't just discouraged, they're designed to be nearly impossible. There's no public record of buyout clauses or performance opt-outs for stars at Koepka's level. Every credible report points to a contract structured for maximum retention, guaranteed payouts, strict non-compete language, and the kind of confidentiality that keeps even the basics, like the exact end date, out of the headlines. This isn't simply about money, it's about leverage and control. Koepka can't play PGA Tour events or even most DP World Tour tournaments without a formal release from LIV. Any attempt to leave early would mean protracted negotiations, possible legal battles, and likely a demand to return a hefty share of his guaranteed earnings. For all the noise about a potential return, the legal and financial barriers are real, and they're high. Even his clothing tells part of the story. Koepka remains one of the few LIV stars still wearing only Nike apparel, with no Smash GC or LIV branding visible. The reason? Nike's ironclad sponsorship deal, which blocks any competing logos. LIV has pushed for team branding, but Nike's contract takes precedence, leaving Koepka as a walking reminder of the power struggle between league and sponsor. It's a small detail, but it's become a symbol of how even the basics, what he wears, where he plays, are dictated by forces far bigger than any single player's wishes. For Koepka, the golden cage is built on more than just dollars. It's contracts, sponsorships, and a web of obligations that turn every public comment into a high-stakes calculation. The question isn't just whether he wants to leave, it's whether he even can. March 2025. Brooks Koepka sits under the bright lights, fielding questions that cut straight to the heart of golf's civil war. Reporters want clarity. Is he staying with LIV for the long haul, or is a PGA Tour reunion on the table? Koepka doesn't blink. He offers a line that lands like a chess move, not a confession. "I don't know where I'm going." No commitment, no denial, just a calculated ambiguity that leaves every door cracked open. This isn't the language of someone cornered. It's the posture of a player who understands the value of uncertainty. In a sport obsessed with loyalty pledges and public declarations, Koepka's refusal to color inside the lines becomes the story. He's not echoing the company line like other LIV stars, who rush to declare undying allegiance. He's not issuing threats or ultimatums either. Instead, he hands the microphone back to the media and the fans, letting them fill the silence with their own theories and anxieties. Strategic ambiguity is its own kind of power. By saying less, Koepka controls the narrative without ever having to take a side. Every non-answer becomes leverage, fuel for negotiation, a signal to both LIV and the PGA that he won't be boxed in by anyone's timeline but his own. The March pressers turn into a masterclass in verbal chess, where the real message is hidden between the words. When the April quote finally lands, it's not a random outburst. It's the logical next move in a game Koepka's been playing for months. Debate explodes the instant Koepka's words hit the airwaves. On Twitter, hashtags like #KoepkaExit and #LiveInLimbo trend within hours. Sports talk shows loop the clip on repeat, fueling a cycle of outrage and analysis. Golf Digest runs a headline questioning if Koepka is the first domino to fall. ESPN counters with a warning about reading too much into athlete frustration. The Telegraph reminds everyone that contracts, not rumors, set the rules. But nuance gets flattened as the story spreads. Fans split into warring camps. PGA loyalists seize on the quote, claiming even LIV's biggest star is ready to run. LIV diehards push back, accusing the media of twisting a throwaway comment into a crisis. Meme accounts flood timelines with images of Koepka photoshopped in Ryder Cup red, white, and blue, fueling speculation about what his absence from the 2025 team really means. Keegan Bradley's "awkward for everyone" remark about LIV players only sharpens the sense of institutional divide. Podcasts and YouTube channels churn out hot takes. Some paint Koepka as a canary in the coal mine for a league losing its way. Others insist the real story is the merger stalemate, with players like Koepka left hanging as the PGA and LIV dig in. Every ambiguous gesture, a shrug, a half smile, a non-answer, becomes a new data point for the outrage machine. The more opaque Koepka's intentions, the more desperate the search for meaning. In this echo chamber, perception isn't just reality, it's currency, traded by fans and media alike, keeping the controversy alive long after the press conference ends. Brooks Koepka stands at a crossroads few athletes ever face. With 5 majors to his name, he's already carved out a place in golf's history books. Yet every move he makes now is shadowed by a bigger question. What matters more, legacy or loyalty? The money from LIV is generational, but the cost is measured in more than dollars. Every season spent outside the traditional spotlight means another Ryder Cup missed, another chance at golf's oldest record slipping away. For LIV, keeping Koepka happy isn't just about one player. It's about proving the league can hold on to its brightest stars when the pressure mounts. The PGA Tour, meanwhile, watches and waits, knowing that how Koepka's story unfolds could set the tone for every star considering their own next chapter. In this moment, his personal dilemma becomes a mirror for the sport itself. What is the true price of ambition, and who gets to decide? Late October 2025. The headlines have cooled, but the suspense hasn't faded. There's no official word from Brooks Koepka, no press release, no sudden departure. The only facts on record: his contract with LIV is still in force, its precise end date locked behind closed doors. Widely believed to be sometime in 2026, but never confirmed. The March and April quotes remain the last public signals. No leaks, no new statements, just a vacuum where answers should be. Every rumor about secret negotiations or hidden exit clauses fizzles out on closer inspection. Koepka continues to play, his Nike gear as logo-free as ever, his public comments as measured as they are sparse. The story hangs in a state of manufactured suspense, with every fan and pundit circling the same question: will he be the one to break the standoff, or is this just the new normal for golf's divided era? The next move belongs to the calendar. On April 2nd, 2025, Brooks Koepka told reporters he hoped LIV would be further along by now. This marked the first time a five-time major winner publicly questioned LIV Golf's progress while still under a contract reportedly worth over $100 million through the end of 2026. The facts are clear. Koepka's contract remains in force. There is no official record of exit negotiations, and his March 2025 press comments offered no commitment to either LIV or the PGA Tour. Despite widespread media speculation, no departure has been announced as of October 29, 2025. What remains unknown are the details of any potential contract clauses and Koepka's true intentions. With the PGA LIV merger stalled and Ryder Cup selection rules unchanged, the future for LIV's top stars is uncertain. This episode shows how, in modern golf, a single ambiguous statement can spark global debate, where what's unsaid often matters as much as what's on the record.